hola a todos, I hope you're doing well, and I'm so excited to be tuning in for another video this week. And let's just go ahead and jump into it. So as many of us know, the TikTok ban, it's not a secret. It's something that's been talked about over the years, honestly, since TikTok really took off, and it's been for various reasons, various factors. But in today's video, I genuinely want to sit down and talk about how the TikTok ban will essentially affect college students, financially, mental health wise, friendship wise, everything and anything in between. Now, if you are a huge fan of TikTok, you might have remembered that earlier this year, so many of us were scarred when TikTok actually went dark for, I want to say, almost a full day. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I just came across an article. It was either the New York Times or LA Times. I'll look it up and post it right here. But they had shared that TikTok once again will most likely get banned on September 17th, so during fall semester, if China doesn't sell to the US. And apparently there's rumor that there's gonna be another app similar to TikTok but run by the US, but honestly, I don't know how true that is. There's always so much information going around, and we don't always know what's true or what's not until more evidence or case studies are presented. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the ways that the TikTok ban will affect college students is taking away the accessibility that TikTok does for thousands, if not millions, of students across the US. It's no secret that TikTok for many, many years has had one of the best algorithms, and even right now, with all the changes, TikTok still tends to be one of the most preferred social media algorithms because you never really know what's going to get popped up, but at the same time, you're not surprised when something does get popped up on your screen when scrolling on TikTok. Now, TikTok has made it possible for college students to have access to information such as upcoming scholarships, whether it's national or local based, fellowships, study tips, research tips, any tip that you can think of. If you do a quick TikTok search, I'm pretty sure something will come up and end up being helpful. And the opportunities that TikTok has presented for many college students. One example I could give for myself was when I was a student, I was also posting on TikTok. And honestly, I had only been posting on TikTok for a couple of months. And yes, I gained traction. And one thing led to another. That's how I got my first speaking engagement for a university. That was also the first time I ever got paid for a speaking engagement. And if I would have never started posting TikToks, if I would have never started sharing tips, my own personal experiences as a first-gen Latina student, that opportunity, I don't know how it would have arisen. And I'll never forget the way that opportunity just landed in my lap was literally because the club president of said university commented on my TikTok and asked, "Do you do speaking engagements?" And I had said yes, and we exchanged emails, and the rest was history. And that was the start of my speaking career over here at Cafecito con Estrellita. And I just have to say, if you haven't come across the creators that go out of their way to research and share scholarship opportunities, such as the Scholarship Guru and so many more, you are missing out. Because these people, they are quite the expert. And through TikTok, they have been able to share tips and tricks to students on how to find scholarships, apply to them, while also creating videos where they have the back screen and they're showing said scholarship opportunity behind them for students to check out. And well, downloading TikTok is free, and as many of us know, college students, specifically first gen, they only have limited, and with TikTok being free to download and then students having the accessibility to search and find creators who are students and can share scholarship opportunities, fellowship opportunities, tips and tricks, stories like I have in the past, which by the way, you can find us on TikTok at Cafecito con Estrellita. It's just, I truly believe TikTok has opened the door for so many students to truly realize there is so much out there for them. All right, numero dos, side income. It's not a secret that TikTok has opened a gateway for students to make side income, have it as a side gig. Me, myself, when I was a oh my gosh, it feels so long ago. When I was a full-time student, I had so many side gigs, from being a babysitter, working as a substitute at the school districts, as well as being a quinceañera choreographer. And well, TikTok, not only, if you get into the creator fund with having over 10,000 followers, and there's other requirements I can't remember at the top of my head, there's a good chance that you can make income from your TikTok videos that are over a minute long. There's also the opportunity for college students to potentially work with brands, whether it's through UGC content or if they've developed a following for themselves. There's brands that they can work with out there, such as IKEA, Walmart, etc. And also for the college students that have a craft, such as creating stickers, digital wallpapers for people to have on their phone, whatever the case may be, TikTok allows college students to create content to lead customers to their Etsy shop or anywhere that they're choosing to sell said stickers, bookmarks, etc., and generate side income from that. I'm telling you, TikTok has just made so many opportunities for students to tap into. So it would be a shame if TikTok truly got banned. Alright, numero tres, the TikTok ban going into effect will affect the growth in student activism that we've seen over the years. So for example, this one doesn't really necessarily have to do with students, but it did involve so many people. Recently, there were nationwide protests for No King's Day. And yes, I took a part in it. And there were so many people from different backgrounds. And when I was there were so many current college students there wanting to use their voice and help make a difference. And so many of them have shared they were able to find out the time and place for the peaceful No Kings protest through TikTok. Because again, TikTok and the way the algorithm works, so many things can be shared to multiple people at a time. I mean, for myself, that's where I found out where my local No Kings protest was going to take place. And without TikTok, it'll just be harder to get this type of information out there. And well, our future leaders of society deserve to be supported and reminding that their voice matters. And as long as they do things with peace and strength and grace, anything is possible. Alright, numero cuatro, if TikTok does get banned, there will be a loss in creativity for the student community. Now for myself, one of the things that really got me through the tough times of my studies, of working multiple jobs while in school, was literally getting on social media and expressing my creativity, specifically TikTok, because TikTok, it genuinely felt like a no judgment zone, at least for me. And if I wanted to create a little skit just for fun, if I wanted to just rant a little something, and even if that video just got a couple views, a couple hundred views, 1,000 views, I didn't care. It was just nice to be able to have something that was, one, free, such as creating content on TikTok, and two, accessible because I have a phone, and three, I just felt encouraged to do so because TikTok people are just so awesome. The TikTok scrollers are so awesome. It encouraged me to stay engaged online, which then inevitably allowed me to create friendships that I still have till this day because of TikTok. I'll tell you this, one of my closest friends, one of mis amigas, she lives in Houston, Texas, and we would have never met in a million years. We probably wouldn't have even found each other on Instagram if it wasn't for TikTok, because I would like and comment on her videos, and even though we have very different career trajectories, there was just something about us aligning so well as amigas that allowed us to become friends, and we still stay in touch till this day. So much that even one year I went to go visit her, you know, took the whole plane and all that fun stuff, and I don't know how else I would have made this amiga if it wasn't for TikTok. And I know I'm not the only one who has made amazing friendships from TikTok alone. It's like TikTok is the newer version of pen pals, just again more accessible with the times. And video, let's just be real, video is so inviting. That's why YouTube and TikTok continue to be known as amazing. Now, if you have something you want to share that you think will happen if TikTok does go away, please feel free to share in the comment section down below. I know for a fact I don't know everything, but I know so many of us know different things, so that when we come together and share it with one another, it's like we're just continuing to share knowledge and information to keep our community going. So once again, it looks like September 17th might be the day TikTok goes dark again. if TikTok doesn't sell to a company in the US, algo así. Again, I will share the link to that article down below. And in the meantime, continue to use TikTok and consider repurposing your TikTok content onto YouTube Shorts, because we do not want your creativity to just go away. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the Cafecito con Estrellita YouTube channel. We are so happy that you're here. Cuídense y hablamos pronto. Adiós.